So as you probably know, we have quite a few different browsers out there, and unfortunately, different browsers render some HTML elements differently. Now, to address this issue, we use a very popular style sheet called Normalized.css. What this style sheet does is that it provides basic default styles for some HTML elements so they look exactly the same way across different browsers. And with this, we don't have to waste a lot of time dealing with these rendering issues across different browsers, okay? So just go to google.com and search for normalized.css. Now look at the first link, nicholas.github.io. On this page, you can download the latest version. You can also install this using npm, but this is for advanced users, so I'm not going to cover it at this point. So right-click on this button and save the file somewhere on your disk. Now back to our project, we currently have a style sheet over here, and we're going to add another style sheet. So now it's time to organize these style sheets inside a new folder called CSS. So I'm going to add a new folder here, CSS, in the root of our website. Now I'm going to move styles.css over here. Let's go to index.html and update the URL as well. So it should be css/styles.css. Next, we're going to drag and drop normalized.css into the CSS folder. Good. Now, let me give you an example of what is happening here so it's no longer magic to you. For example, normalized.css sets the line height property of the HTML element to 1.15 because different browsers have different values for this property. Here's another example. Normalized.css sets the margin of the body element to 0. And with this rule, you're no longer going to have some space around the content of our body element. So the moment we link to normalized.css, you will see that this space will be gone. But don't worry, we'll come back and fix it in a second. So back to index.html. Before linking to styles.css, first we should link to normalized.css. So link, here we type css/normalized.css. Now save the changes. Look, the space that I was talking to you about is gone. So to solve this problem, we have to go to styles.css, and on the top, we're going to define a rule for the body element. Here we're going to set the margin to 10 pixels, and this will bring back the space that we had earlier. Now don't worry about the margin property at this stage. We're going to talk about it in more detail later in the course. So normalizing our CSS styles is a very important step in front-end development, and going forward, we're going to use normalized.css in all the future lessons.